So never forget that inflation compounds. You need to own assets that can fight a disinflation environment starting from an inflationary, monetary induced economy. That's what capitalism is. Capitalism needs inflation so that the collateral backing bank loans appreciates over time, because the reality is all the banks are undercapitalized. It is a function of the fiat Ponzi. When you only hold $6 to $8 of equity risk capital on your books as a bank to protect against loan losses, the other 94 or 92 cents or 94 cents on the dollar comes from depositors' money. They need inflation. They can't control it. If they do, it's going into a depression. This is not a soft landing. You might have been a little gratuitous in your definition. We are currently probably in a recession right now, and the Fed has only raised rates twice. They're saying they're going to raise another 7 times and stop quantitative, or do quantitative tightening. That QT is equivalent to another 4 additional rate hikes. So they're talking another 11 rate hikes. Don't even pretend that you're going to do another couple, let alone another 11 in total. The economy can't stand it. We will be in depression. And a final shout out to Max. Yes, Putin understood this. And guess what he's going to start doing, Max? He's going to start pricing his energy in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is digital energy. And it makes sense to sell valuable natural resource commodities or energy for beautiful monetary energy. Why sell it for a worthless fiat dollar, petrodollar, that they don't even have access to when they get blocked on the SWIFT system? So many easy scenarios to play out here, and no one's listening.
Right. Well, on February 26th, effectively the U.S. Seized foreign assets and defaulted on their U.S. dollar obligations. So similar to 1971, when the U.S. defaulted to Great Britain, when Nixon went on the gold, took us off the gold standard. And this began this 50-year experiment of all fiat money, which was really the first time ever you'd had all economies running on a fiat standard, that nobody had any hard money. So, and then on February 26th was really an echo of that moment, the Nixon shock, really, when the U.S. essentially said that the dollar is completely untrustworthy and that we're going to default and we're going to seize reserves of foreign countries whenever we want to. And I just don't think that, Greg, we've talked about convexity before and the central banks. And as a result of the 2008 bailout, they loaded up themselves with a lot of these debts. And, if long-term capital management was leveraged at 100 to 1, the Federal Reserve Bank conservatively is leveraged at 50 to 1, if not closer to 80 to 1 right now. So if they try to take rates anywhere higher, you're going to have massive default at the central bank. The central bank is going to need a bailout. So in 2008, Federal Reserve bailed out Wall Street. They swapped all their bad debts for fresh treasury bills, and they put all that bad debt on the books of the Fed. Now all that bad debt is worth 0 cents on the dollar, and nobody wants to buy U.S. Debt anymore. The U.S. Treasury bond is being vomited from the reserves of countries all over the world. Nobody wants to buy U.S. debt. It's no good. It'd be stupid to buy U.S. debt. China's getting rid of their debt. Russia's gotten rid of all their debt. Japan is a huge basket case. Japan is actually the linchpin that holds together this whole global Ponzi scheme, because they always had the lowest rates, and you could always do that carry trade of borrowing in Japan and putting your money into some other currency and making a positive spread and then leveraging it up 20 times, and you've got this great carry trade. But that looks like that's also blowing up. So, I understand yield curve management. I understand that they can try to bring rates to a higher level, and I can understand, but that presumes that the game has another chapter to it. I don't think there is another chapter to it. I think the Fed goes bankrupt. I think the U.S. goes bankrupt, and I think that that's what we're looking at. And I think this is why there's a lot of countries are beating the war drum right now, there's a lot of saber rattling going on. And there's the U.S. now is going to open up another front against China, as well as the proxy war in Ukraine against Russia. So this is the end of empire stuff, Greg. Yeah. This is like America's had the world reserve currency for 100 years. It's had a great run, but it looks like this could, another 5 years, the U.S. could be pretty much
I concur.
finished.